Okay,
Okay.
I'm Lisa Reichelt. This is Mark Bolton.
Hello.
Scooting. You hopefully would have seen an update kind of similar to this, maybe about 10 days ago.
10 days.
Maybe a little bit more.
Mm.
Where we created a kind of a fun document that we've since started calling the Audience Matrix, I think. It looked kind of like this, but you can see that it's sort of been transformed.
Mm.
One of the things that we've been working on today is the new and improved version of that, which now looks kind of like this. All of the details that you see there, you can also find on our blogs and on groups at Drupal and the various kind of typical places you can find it. But what you'll find in here now, which wasn't there before, was some sort of more thought through items for each of the categories and some definitions of what we mean when we say content creator and what we mean when we say site editor and various things like that, and some of the key tasks.
Yeah, a lot more detail.
A lot more detail. So we'd really welcome you taking a look at it and letting us know what your thoughts are on how we've gone in terms of nailing that down.
Yeah. Yep.
So what did we do with this information today, Mark?
We got a list of kind of key tasks. We looked at a couple of things, a couple of users and various types of site, and we got a bunch of tasks that we put down in this really formal document here.
Yeah, very formal.
That we've worked throughout the day and done a lot of sketching out, a lot of paper, a lot of cutting up, and kind of visualising some of our ideas, really, putting things down, but using always kind of referring back to this thing wherever possible throughout the day, just to sense check where we were heading, we were on the right lines.
So we thought you might be interested in seeing how we've been actually kind of using this map. And the first thing, as Mark said, is that we've got this list of important tasks, which corresponds really neatly with a lot of the stuff that was usability tested at Baltimore recently.
Yes.
Which is good. And then we've been kind of taking that and trying out some ideas.
Yeah.
And let's.
So the first one that we.
It's a bit nerve-wracking.
It is a bit nerve-wracking. We kind of looked at the first page of this, which brochureware site. Okay, you're a content creator. We looked at the first item. You want to add content. You want to log in. You want to add content. So, as our brochureware site, we've got a page within the Volkswagen.co.uk site. So we've used that as our basis for all of this. So if we log in through the URL /admin. We get a nice little login field, and we log in. And from that, we then get I
forgot about that bit.
Yeah. We get a kind of global nav at the top, and we get a dashboard. So the user can see, add, edit, dashboard. The dashboard is the default view once they've logged in.
There's a bunch of different things that could go on the dashboard, which I haven't customised it for this particular user, I'm afraid. But we've got a collection there that came from looking at all of the different users. Okay, so that's what are we doing?
So
adding
content was the first kind of task that we looked at. We know that from usability testing, it's one that's particularly sticky at the moment. There's a bunch of problems with it. So we started off, so this user has logged in, they've got their dashboard up. Now they want to add some content, so they click add here.
Or they could choose
one
of these helpful, probably customised shortcuts for the content that they're adding all the time. Yeah.
And so they get a kind of an overlay here, which is adding their content. And you can see the tabs at the top there. There's the form view, which is this view. A visual view, which will give a preview of the content that they're adding. And then HTML view is where they can go in and actually
all the hackers out
hack around with the code. There's an auto save at the top there. This is just a bunch of fields just to illustrate it. Yeah,
we
really.
Probably shouldn't spend too much time on that because it really needs fleshing out.
Yeah.
Should we talk about edit instead?
Yeah, edit.
What happens when we click on edit?
So we first of all you say you want to edit this page. If you don't want to edit this page, you can go to where you want to edit. And then you click edit at the top, and all of your bits of content turn into kind of boxes around them, kind of like Firebug in Firefox. So the blocks of content are just had bounding boxes around them. So you could hover over one of those. Say I want to edit that thing at the top there. It's got a box. I click on it, and then I get a field which is the visual view. So I can edit inline. I could also go to the form or the HTML view. I could move it with a little thing over here, and I could trash it if I want. So that's it. Editing content. And you could do that with all of the content elements on the page.
So we've gone through that list basically of different ways that you can, different tasks that need to be done, and started coming up with some really sort of sketchy ideas of sort of following the original theme, different ways that you can find and edit and configure, and it's just the really scary one, organize your site. And there's lots and lots and lots of problems, no doubt, in this approach, but it's just something that we're exploring at the moment, and we'll be exploring a whole bunch of other different ways as well. And if you are interested in exploring some options as well, then you should get yourself a copy of the Matrix and start getting your ideas down and testing what you're thinking against all of these different types of users and the different facets that come into play. And is that about it?
That's about it. You can download this PDF, like Lisa said, print it out. Test it, use it. If you disagree with it, tell us, please.
Yes.
Yeah.
And in the meanwhile, we're going to keep going on, coming up with ideas and testing them against our little matrix here. And probably the next thing that you'll start seeing from us is an idea that we might think is worth exploring in detail.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
Bye.